It's really an honor for me as the program coordinator for fashion to introduce our guest speaker today, producer program coordinator for the Northern California Fibershed. Join me in welcoming Marie Hoff.
We actually have a lot of people growing fiber, growing wool, different kinds of protein fibers like alpaca, mohair, a little bit of cotton, and there are people actually growing dye plants. For our fiber shed, it's where the fiber and the dyes are grown, who's processing it, who's designing with it, and who's wearing it. In this one picture illustrates the whole sort of system that we're talking about. That wool was then taken and spun and knit into this sweater. It's just wool. It'll go back in the compost pile and become healthy soil again. How can we encourage the communication between the ranches that are doing this work, between the designers and the manufacturers who would like to source, and to consumers who are genuinely often looking for, like, what is the good thing? We know how bad things are. How do we measure how we can be in a more sustainable, holistic, just in tune with our local landscape system? So what are ways that we can all participate in this? So you have to get a little bit more creative at this point. Farmers markets can be a really great source. Last year, the North Face, which was the brand that they partnered with, released their climate beneficial wool beanie. They're developing a new line. They're gonna have another beanie. I think they're gonna have a sweater and maybe a scarf. It's like 3 different pieces. I have rambled enough. We have some time for questions. Does anybody have any questions? The main thing that you need in order to compost fabrics is a fabric shredder. The main tricky thing is the dyes. In New York, actually at FIT, they took all of the muslin that they used for doing mock-ups and then creating compost out of it and using that on the student gardens.